don't be afraid of a 10-inch knife. It's a great knife. It's not going to attack you when you're cutting. But let's take a look at holding a knife. You want to grab it up close to the blade. And some people, some chefs, actually overlap their hands slightly over the blade, which gives you very good control. You're not vulnerable under those conditions. Let's just chop a little parsley together. You can use a little bit of stem from the parsley. You can cut across the whole bunch, though I think it's nice to not do that. Leave a bunch in good condition and just use what you need for the time that you're cutting. Just grab a few leaves now, and then we're just going to make that into a tight little package. And keeping our knife down on the board, we're just going to cut across the leaves sort of roughly. Always watch your fingers, always keep your eyes on your work. Never look up. If you have to look up, put your knife down. Now we can come back and get that more finely chopped by holding the top of the blade with my left hand and doing the chopping with most of the rear or bottom part of the knife. So most of your work is done here, from the middle to the base. If you're using your tip and your elbows up in the air, you're not using a knife properly. So now we can chop. We continue to chop and work across the work until we get it as fine as we would like. So now by doing it with a 10-inch blade like this, we've got a whole space that we're attacking all at once. Just for example, let's just try to do it with a small knife. What would you do? Would you cut it like this, maybe? Or try to chop it like this and only cover a small space? You're not being very effective there. So being afraid of a large knife is not going to serve you. Maybe you'd like an 8-inch knife. That's one that people feel comfortable with, and this will work for a small batch of parsley. But I would encourage you to think about using the large knife and knowing how to do it. Keep your eye on your work. Make sure your left hand is holding it and you know exactly where it is. If you're going to be slicing an onion, for example, know where that thumb is at all times. Keep your hands curved, do your cutting, know exactly where your hands are while you're cutting.